I went to Israel when I was younger and I studied there for a master's degree. And I remember learning about the context of the Bible, and I was imagining, what would it have been like if I was in Israel when Jesus was there? Now, there were different social groups that were in Israel, and I wondered, which group would I join? Well, one group was what we might call the political activists, but they took it another step. They were actually violent people. They were called the Sicarii, which was a Greek word for dagger. And that's because they had these daggers that they would hide in their coats, and they would slip into a crowd and they would murder Romans or any Jew they thought was cooperating with Romans. When I thought about that group, I thought, nah, that's not me. I wouldn't join that group. But there was another group that were actually pretty high up in their social status. They were very connected to Rome and to the temple. They kind of had a high view of themselves, and they said, we just believe the 5 books of Moses. We don't go with, the prophets and all that stuff. And that would be like people today who say, we're going to pick what parts of the Bible we like and what parts we don't like, and we're just going to decide what we think should be. And, actually, that wouldn't be me either. Because there was another group that actually believed the whole Bible and wanted to serve God well and were doing everything they could to obey God's commands. That would have been the group I would be a part of. They were called Pharisees. They believed in the Torah and the prophets, and they were serious about fulfilling it. And then you read the New Testament, and you turn in the Gospels, and you find Matthew chapter 23, and Jesus is talking to me, to the Pharisees. And he says, you blind guides, you think you got everything so good on the outside, but inside you got a real problem. You clean the outside of the cup, but the inside is dirty. You're like a whitewashed grave. My goodness, these are really strong words. And why is he so upset? Well, it's because religious people like the Pharisees look so good. They sound so godly. They have such strict ways of living that might indicate that they're committed to God. And he's saying, you're missing the point, you Pharisees. I'm not looking for outward behavior. I'm looking for your heart, and your heart's not changed yet. And so he spoke really hard with them. In fact, it triggered the crucifixion.